Good afternoon, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the opening ceremony of the ASEAN-Korea Trade and Investment Roundtable 2024. This program is co-organized by the ASEAN-Korea Center and the Korea Institute for International Economic Policy, and we are streaming live from Seoul, Korea. My name is Haylene Park from the Trade and Investment Unit of the ASEAN-Korea Center, and it is my great pleasure to be your Master of Ceremonies for the day. Since 2020, the ASEAN-Korea Trade and Investment Roundtable has aimed to provide up-to-date information on the economic and trade outlook of ASEAN and Korea in order to promote cooperation and partnership of the two regions. This year marks our fourth roundtable, during which we will discuss on the topic of ASEAN-Korea cooperation for the next decade to come. We express our sincere appreciation to the guests of honor, presenters, panelists, and all the online participants joining in from ASEAN and Korea. Now, let us begin the ceremony by inviting His Excellency Kim Jae-shin, Secretary General of the ASEAN-Korea Center, for the opening remarks. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
I'm short. Good afternoon. 안녕하십니까, 여러분. Before I begin with my remarks, I would like to ask you a personal favor. As you may know, I've been assigned to the post of Secretary General of the ASEAN-Korea Center for the past 20 days now. You could say that I'm the brand new Secretary General, fresh off the assembly line. As such, I look forward to your unwavering support and cooperation as we embark on our journey together. I want to thank you in advance. Dr. Siwook, President of Korea Institute for International Economic Policy, His Excellency Thant, Ambassador of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar and Chair of ASEAN Committee in Seoul, His Excellency Jang-keun, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to ASEAN, His Excellency Satvinder Singh, Deputy Secretary General for the ASEAN Economic Community of ASEAN Secretariat, His Excellency Kim Chang, Vice Chairman and CEO of the Federation of Korean Industries, distinguished guests and speakers from ASEAN and Korea, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the ASEAN-Korea Trade and Investment Roundtable 2024. It is an honor to have you all gathered here for today's event on the pivotal discussions for advancement of trade and investment between ASEAN and Korea. First, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to our co-organizer, Korea Institute for International Economic Policy, and our cooperating partner, ASEAN Secretariat, for their continued dedication and support. 2024 marks a significant milestone for the ASEAN-Korea Center as we celebrate the 15th anniversary of foundation. This year also signifies the 35th anniversary of ASEAN-Korea dialogue relations. Against this backdrop, ASEAN and Korea are eagerly looking forward to elevating their relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership later this year. These milestones reflect a testament to our long-standing friendship, cooperation, and mutual respect that have blossomed between our regions over 3.5 decades. Given the rapid evolution of the trade landscape and the importance of investment facilitation and protection, prioritizing digitalization is crucial and should be elevated within the national economic policy agenda. During the ASEAN-Korea Trade and Investment Roundtable, we will delve into the collective efforts of ASEAN and Korea in shaping the economic and trade outlook. And today's discussion will particularly focus on strengthening ASEAN-Korea cooperation in global value chain management and digitalization. Distinguished guests, alongside climate change and geopolitical tensions, it has become increasingly challenging for the creation and equitable distribution of public goods. In light of these challenges, there is an urgent imperative to engage in dialogue aimed at rebuilding trust and fostering collective action. With a series of elections anticipated throughout 2024, the global economy stands at a crossroads marked by outcomes which may have massive implications on trade. ASEAN, a reliable global value chain player, spans industries like agriculture, energy resources such as palm oil, and semiconductor post-processing. With a focus on fostering economic growth through intra-regional markets and improved connectivity, ASEAN proactively addresses supply chain risks by participating in initiatives such as RCEP to tackle trade challenges arising from external factors. As for Korea, who is heavily reliant on external trade, partnering with the ASEAN opens doors for mutual cooperation. President Yoon has highlighted that ASEAN is one of the most important partners in Korea's Indo-Pacific strategy, particularly through promoting the Korea-ASEAN Solidarity Initiative. ASEAN boasts a significant digital-savvy population, with the pandemic accelerating its transition to digital economy. In 2023, ASEAN began negotiations on the ASEAN Digital Economy Framework Agreement to facilitate smooth digital trade and foster collaboration. Today's roundtable aims to identify and maximize key sectors for mutual prosperity, enhancing ASEAN-Korea partnership. In this light, I believe that today's roundtable is a timely and meaningful opportunity to deepen cooperation and achieve common goals. As we navigate the complexities of the global economy, let us seize this opportunity to forge new partnerships, explore innovative solutions, and build a brighter future for new generations by addressing rightful risks and challenges of two economies in the current global context. May our discussions be fruitful and our collaborations be enduring. Thank you very much. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Secretary General. Next, please welcome Dr. Siwook, President of the Korea Institute for International Economic Policy, for his welcoming remarks. Please give him a big hand.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my great pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the ASEAN-Korea Trade and Investment Roundtable 2024. I would like to extend my special welcome to our esteemed VIPs, His Excellency Kim Jae-shin, His Excellency Ambassador Thant, His Excellency Ambassador Jang-keun, His Excellency Satvinder Singh, and His Excellency Chang. Thanks for joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, it is imperative to acknowledge that We are at a very critical juncture in the global economy, and it seems that the only constant is change as all the wisdom goes. The repercussion of a pandemic compounded by trade tensions and the geopolitical crisis present significant challenges to sustainable growth of the global economy. In the midst of these challenges, it is critical to recognize the vital role of global value chains. This interconnected world of production and distribution facilitate the efficient movement of goods across border, fostering economic interdependence and resilience. So collaborative efforts to make them more effective and efficient are more important than ever. At the same time, digitalization has become a major driver of economic growth in recent years, fostering innovation and prosperity. Countries need to adapt their strategies to this challenging landscape. No matter how great the economic policies of a single country, they cannot actually succeed in the closed economy and must be based on collaboration and cooperation with the neighbors who share the common interest. Korea and ASEAN have a rich history of shared prosperity with a robust bilateral and multilateral solidarity that has made enhanced mutual trade and investment possible. I hope that today's seminar will convince you that Korea and ASEAN can still be the best partners in the emerging issues, especially in the global value chain and the digital transformation. In this sense, today's roundtable, organized by the Korea Institute for International Economic Policy and the ASEAN-Korean Center, is very significant. We will discuss strategies to make our global value chains better and making the most of the digital transformation. So this seminar is particularly timely as ASEAN and Korea are in discussion to elevate our relationship to a comprehensive strategic partnership this year, so which will significantly strengthen our ties. So I believe that the policy insight and the recommendations shared today will help us take our cooperation to a much higher level. I hope that the two sessions of today's roundtable will serve as a forum to reaffirm our strong commitment and also as a milestone to make it happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Lee, for your remarks. Next, allow me to invite His Excellency Thant, Ambassador of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar to the Republic of Korea and the Chair of the ASEAN Committee in Seoul for his congratulatory remarks. Let us welcome him with a warm round of applause.
His Excellency Mr. Kim Jae-shin, Secretary General of the ASEAN-Korea Center, Dr. Siwook Lee, President of Korea Institute for International Economic Policy, His Excellency Lee Jang-keun, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to ASEAN, His Excellency Satvinder Singh, Deputy Secretary General of ASEAN Secretariat, His Excellency Kim Chan-bon, Vice Chair and CEO of Federation of Korea Industries, distinguished guests and speakers, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First of all, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all of you, particularly to the ASEAN-Korea Center, ASEAN-Korea Institute for International Economic Policy, and ASEAN Secretariat for their collaborative efforts in successfully organizing this hybrid meeting, ASEAN-Korea Trade and Investment Roundtable 2024. ASEAN and Korea mark a significant milestone this year, celebrating the 35th anniversary of the dynamic and evolving partnership. In conjunction with this anniversary, RK proposed to establish a comprehensive strategic partnership with ASEAN and at the 23rd ASEAN ROK Summit in November 2022. For that reason, under the theme of ASEAN-Korea cooperation for next decades to come, this roundtable will serve as a pivotal platform to foster deeper engagement and enhance cooperation between ASEAN member states and the Republic of Korea as we enter the next level of partnership. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in the face of evolving global challenges and uncertainties, our collaboration becomes even more vital. Hence, I believe that today's event is a timely and important platform to discuss and exchange views on three aspects: the world economic outlook, ASEAN-Korea cooperation in global value change, and digitalization as a driving force for creating growth. In the in-depth discussion on those three topics align perfectly with the priorities that will be implemented under the theme of enhancing connectivity and resilience, which is a Lao PTR's 2024 chairmanship theme. The roundtable will also provide a unique platform for stakeholders from both ASEAN and Korea to exchange views and perspectives on contemporary issues regarding global trade and economic outlook, as well as ASEAN-Korea regional strategies, such as ASEAN-Korea Solidarity Initiative, ASEAN Digital Economy Framework Agreement, and ASEAN Industrial Project-Based Initiative. Aware of the importance of economic cooperation in deepening bilateral relations toward inclusive and sustainable development, ASEAN and ROK have actively undertaken and are continuing to explore economic cooperation activities in areas of mutual interest. The ASEAN-ROK economic relations have been further strengthened as reflected by the positive figures of bilateral trade and investment. According to the official statistics, ASEAN is the second largest trading partner of Korea, while Korea stands as the fifth largest trading partner of ASEAN. Furthermore, FDI inflows from the ROK to ASEAN amounted to $12.7 billion, as it stood as the sixth largest source for ASEAN in 2022. However, we are of the view that there is still a need to intensify region-to-region trade and investment relations, including through the effective implementation of the ASEAN-Korea Free Trade Areas and the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. Regarding cooperation in digitalization, the ROK, with its technical and innovative edge, will remain ASEAN's closest partner in its effort toward community building, sustainable development, and integration into the regional and global economy to unleash the region's vast growth potential. I would also like to underscore that raising awareness of ASEAN-Korea's regional strategies will help us actively contribute to the implementation, thereby paving the way for developing innovative solutions and strategies to tackle common challenges effectively. Ladies and gentlemen, I am confident that the insight and outcomes generated during this roundtable will significantly contribute to shaping policies and strategies that promote trade, investment, and economic growth in both ASEAN and Korea. Once again, I wish to extend my congratulations to the ASEAN-Korea Center for every single effort to realize this active roundtable discussion and look forward to valuable insights, innovative solutions, and positive outcomes for the prosperous and resilient future for our people in ASEAN and Korea. I thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency, for your congratulatory remarks. Last but not least, please welcome His Excellency Jang-keun, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to ASEAN, for his congratulatory remarks. He has joined us virtually today, so let's welcome him with a warm round of applause.
His Excellency Kim Jae-shin, Secretary General of ASEAN-Korea Center, Dr. Siwook, President of Korea Institute for International Economic Policy, His Excellency Kim Chang-bon, Vice Chairman and CEO of the Federation of Korean Industries, His Excellency Thant, distinguished guests and speakers, 안녕하십니까, and good morning to you all from Jakarta. It is really my great pleasure to join you virtually today for the opening of the 2024 ASEAN-Korea Trade and Investment Roundtable. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the ASEAN-Korea Center and KIEP on the successful organization of this very important event. Let me also express my appreciation to His Excellency Satvinder Singh, Deputy Secretary General of ASEAN, who will give a pre-recorded keynote speech after me. Also, taking this opportunity, I'd like to offer my heartfelt congratulations to Secretary General Kim Jae-shin on his inauguration as the sixth leader of the ASEAN-Korea Center. I am confident that his ample experience and long diplomatic background will be an absolute asset in deepening the Korea-ASEAN partnership through the center's activities. Excellencies and distinguished guests, this year marks the 15th anniversary of ASEAN-Korea Center. Since its establishment in 2009, the ASEAN-Korea Center has been a crucial focal point in promoting the economic partnership as well as the social cultural exchanges between Korea and ASEAN countries. The crucial role of the center is well testified by the 35 programs it implemented last year, such as the organization of ASEAN Trade Fair, ASEAN Connectivity Forum, ASEAN-Korea ESG Forum, and the ASEAN Week, and so on. For me, personally, I was very impressed with the promotional videos on ASEAN architecture and cultural heritages, which the center published last year. Such activities of the center have been truly instrumental to deepen connectivity, not only between ASEAN and Korean people, but also among the ASEAN people themselves. This ASEAN-Korea Trade and Investment Roundtable, which marks its fourth time this year, is another flagship platform of connecting the business sectors as well as academic circles of Korea and ASEAN. At a time when Korea and ASEAN are to set up a CSP, Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, this year, marking the 35th anniversary of our relations and charting a new path toward the common future, I have no doubt that the role of the ASEAN-Korea Center will become much more important in the years ahead. Excellencies, distinguished guests, since the establishment of dialogue relations in 1989, the ASEAN-Korea partnership has made great strides across entire spectrum of political, economic, as well as social and cultural development. Today, as Excellency Thant mentioned already, ASEAN is Korea's second largest trading partner, and Korea is ASEAN's fifth largest trade counterpart. ASEAN is Korea's second largest foreign investment destination, and Korea is ASEAN's sixth largest source of FDI. Korea is the second most visited country by ASEAN people, and ASEAN is definitely the most favorite place for Koreans to spend their holidays. I'd like to tell you more in detail because it is very important an aspect of Korea-ASEAN relations. The trade volume between Korea and ASEAN increased from $8.2 billion in 1989 to $207 billion in 2022. Which is a 25 times increase during this period. And the share of ASEAN in Korea's total trade rose from 6.5% in 1989 to almost 15% in 2022. And also, when it comes to FDI by Korean companies in ASEAN countries, the volume skyrocketed 118 times during the same period, from $92 million in 1989 to $10.8 billion in 2022. There is no doubt that the ASEAN-Korea FTA concluded in 2006 have played an instrumental role in boosting the trade and investment between Korea and ASEAN countries. However, despite this remarkable development, there is always room for improvement. If we compare the share of Korea and China in ASEAN's trade, the share of China rose from 12.8% in 2012 to 20% in 2021, almost doubled during 10-year period of time, while Korea's share in ASEAN trade remained almost the same level at 5.6% during this period. All the more, against all this shining economic cooperation between Korea and ASEAN during the past several decades, the perception of ASEAN people on Korea's economic contribution to ASEAN still remains very low. According to the very recent survey report by a Singaporean think tank, ISEAS, Korea scored only 1% in the survey item on Korea's economic influence in Southeast Asia. Even though this figure might not correctly reflect the current status of Korea-ASEAN economic relations, I believe that this figure dictates us to make more strenuous efforts, including the effort for more communication and awareness-raising effort among the people in every respect of ASEAN-Korea partnership. Excellencies, distinguished participants, today we are witnessing a series of global megatrends, from strategic competition between big powers, the war in Ukraine, armed conflict in Gaza, and the challenges to the rule-based international order, the disruption of global supply chain, and rapid advent of artificial intelligence. It is against this backdrop that ASEAN is in the process of drawing up its post-2025 vision and strategy. And also, it is in this regional and geopolitical context that Korea and ASEAN are set to upgrade our relations this year to a comprehensive strategic partnership at the coming ASEAN-Korea Summit meeting in October. The upgrade of our partnership will come with the upgrade of the commitment for strengthening, deepening, and widening of our cooperation. Korea presented an ABC vision for the Korea-ASEAN CSP late last year, which well reflects our vision and strategies for our future relations. I'd like to share some of the elements of our CSP vision for Korea-ASEAN future. To the ABC vision, the CSP ABC vision, A is advancing peace and security for all. B is building a smarter, greener, and connected future. And C is creating a social, cultural platform for young and future generations. Along with this ABC vision, we also presented ABC 100 projects, which concretized our ideas for realizing this ABC vision. As we forge together a bright future for the coming generations, I am confident that Korea and ASEAN will be the most fitting partners to each other. In this regard, I'd like to reiterate the increasing expectations of the world, including Korea, toward ASEAN. The world is anticipating ASEAN, the fifth largest economy in the world, to play its rightful role as a key global partner and player. As ASEAN's comprehensive strategic partner, Korea will work closely with ASEAN to promote peace and prosperity of our region and beyond together. Excellencies and distinguished guests, I believe today's roundtable is timely with focus on the most pressing two issues of the region and the world, the global value chain and digitalization, which are also the priority areas of Korea's cooperation with ASEAN. Already a number of cooperation projects in these areas are undergoing and also included in our CSP proposals. Taking this opportunity, I'd like to highlight only one important project we are implementing these days, which is ASEAN-Korea Digital Innovation Flagship Project. And this project, Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol announced at the ASEAN-Korea Summit meeting in September last year in Cambodia. This $30 million project, which will be launched this year, aims at enhancing ASEAN's capacity in AI and digital skills, and accelerating collaborative development of AI-based economy in the region. We do hope that this project also help ASEAN's effort in charting a new avenue of digital transformation, especially through the establishment of DEFA, Digital Economic Framework Agreement, in the coming years. In closing, I'd like to express my best wishes for a very productive discussion today. And I'm sure that the ideas and proposals shared during today's session will serve as a meaningful source for the cooperation between Korea and ASEAN under the new framework of comprehensive strategic partnership. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. Ladies and gentlemen, today's roundtable will consist of 3 parts: a keynote session and 2 roundtable sessions, during which we will provide a platform to deepen our discourse on 3 aspects: the world economic outlook, ASEAN-Korea cooperation in the global value chain, and digital transformation. If you have any questions in relation to the presentations or discussion rounds, please use the YouTube live chat function to share them with us. We will now move on to the keynote session. The first presentation will represent ASEAN, while the second will cover the Republic of Korea. Our first keynote speaker is His Excellency Satvinder Singh, Deputy Secretary General for the ASEAN Economic Community of the ASEAN Secretariat. His speech will be delivered in a pre-recorded format.
His Excellency Jae-shin, the Secretary General of the ASEAN-Korea Center, Dr. Siwook, the President of the Korea Institute for International Economic Policy, His Excellency Thant, the Ambassador of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar, and the Republic of Korea and Chair of the ASEAN Committee in Seoul. Distinguished speakers, participants, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. Very warm greetings from the ASEAN Secretariat in Jakarta. Let me first express my sincere appreciation to the ASEAN-Korea Center and the Korean Institute for International Economic Policy for organizing this ASEAN-Korea Trade and Investment Roundtable. And I believe this is the 3rd time we're organizing this. I believe that this has been going on because of the very successful roundtables that we've had the last 2 times. Congratulations. As you know, 2024 is a very important year, not only because we will be commemorating the 35th anniversary of the ASEAN-Republic of Korea dialogue relationship, but it's also because our relationship will be upgraded into a comprehensive strategic partnership, which will reflect the strength and the scope of our deep relationship. Therefore, this roundtable would be a great opportunity for us to brainstorm ideas that are going to feed into this upgrading process, especially in the areas of trade and investment. This year, the roundtable topics on the ASEAN-Korea cooperation in global value chain, as well as digitalization, as a driving force for creating growth, it truly reflects the important paradigm shift in the development policy of ASEAN and Republic of Korea. The convergence of digital technologies, the pandemic aftermath, as well as the lingering effects of the volatility in the global financial markets, together with energy crisis, inflationary pressures, and of course, geopolitical tensions, they have all exposed many of the vulnerabilities in the economic structure, and at the same time underscored the importance of fostering supply chain and harnessing digital transformation as a new driver for dynamic and resilient growth. It is time for ASEAN and Korea to discuss measures to address our common challenges and also build a forward-looking and mutually beneficial partnership for many years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, the ASEAN economic integration has successfully laid solid foundations for ASEAN's single market and production base to enable the free flow of goods and services across our region. For decades, ASEAN have consistently pursued trade and investment facilitation measures and established a network of free trade areas with all of our major dialogue partners, including with China, with Japan, with Korea, with Australia and New Zealand, turning our region, our ASEAN region, into a hub of regional supply chains in many sectors. The impact of the pandemic definitely raised the alarm for urgent actions to be taken to strengthen our supply chain connectivity and resilience for further resilient growth. And this long-term strategy was reaffirmed in the ASEAN Comprehensive Recovery Framework, which was adopted at the 37th ASEAN Summit way back in November 2020. In fact, recently, the ASEAN have also adopted the framework on ASEAN supply chain efficiency and resilience, which provides a comprehensive action plan to support ASEAN businesses in order to diversify their supply chain networks and also to address the multifaceted challenges for the seamless flow of trade with and beyond the region, basically, including the thorough adoption of digital technologies across the region. I believe moving forward, ASEAN is proceeding into an ambitious plan to upgrade our internal trade agreements as well as our FTAs with our major dialogue partners by making sure that we're incorporating a lot more advanced provisions and the latest best practices to ensure that these agreements remain relevant and remain relevant to all of our business stakeholders globally. The negotiations are happening right now to upgrade the ASEAN Trade in Goods Agreement, the ATIGA Agreement. At the same time, we have already completed the ASEAN-Australia-New Zealand Free Trade Agreement last year. At the same time, this year, we have started hard work on the ASEAN-China Free Trade Agreement upgrade, as well as the ASEAN-India Trade in Goods Agreement, which are all happening, I believe, at remarkable progress to date. In addition, the implementation of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, the RCEP agreement, it provides truly a solid momentum for ASEAN businesses to intensify their trade and investment linkages in the largest FTA in the world. We are already beginning to see wonderful outcomes arising both in terms of global supply chain, FDI growth in our region coming from the member states of RCEP. All these endeavors are helping us to reinforce ASEAN's position as an enabler for businesses to expand and to diversify their trade and investment across the region and to also strengthen their resiliency in global supply chain. Meanwhile, digital transformation is also now considered as a new emerging driver for growth for ASEAN. In fact, in recognizing the increasing pivotal role of digital technology in helping us to achieve innovation, in helping us to achieve inclusive, resilient, and sustainable economic growth in the region, we have, of course, in 2021 adopted the Bandar Sri Begawan Roadmap, the BSBR Roadmap, which provides for a comprehensive list of priority agendas for digital transformation, which the region wants to adopt in order for us to accelerate digital economic integration further in our region. The Bandar Sri Begawan Roadmap reaffirms our ASEAN's collective commitment to a robust 5-year agenda towards a development of an integrated ASEAN digital economy. In fact, the key highlight now as part of the BSBR, the Bandar Sri Begawan Roadmap, has been the launch of the negotiations of the ASEAN Digital Economic Framework Agreement. In short, we call it DEFA, which actually began last year. It was actually launched by the AEC Council in September, and we are going to be targeting to complete the negotiations of this legally binding, the largest regional digital agreement in the world by 2025. We are all excited by it. DEFA, as you know, is going to be a comprehensive, high-quality, very forward-looking and future-proof agreement that again reflects very clearly our ASEAN's leaders' commitment to harnessing the benefits of digital transformation and wanting to be relevant, leading digital economic region in the world. This initiative is expected, DEFA is expected to double the potential of the ASEAN digital economy, growing by at least $2 trillion by the year 2030. This is a big deal for us. Ladies and gentlemen, Korea is a long-standing and important dialogue partner of ASEAN, and definitely among the earliest partners to conclude an FTA with ASEAN. Our two-way merchandise trade between ASEAN and ROK have reached USD 222.8 billion in 2022, and that about triple the size of the trade value from comparing to way back in 2007 when we started the ASEAN-Korea Trade in Goods Agreement when it came into force. Meanwhile, foreign direct investments from Korea to ASEAN has amounted to USD 12.7 billion in 2022. As such, Korea is now ASEAN's fifth largest trade partner and the sixth largest source of FDI amongst all of our ASEAN dialogue partners. I'm glad the Korean businesses community have been actively engaging and contributing to economic activities in various sectors in ASEAN, ranging from manufacturing to tourism, to agriculture, to science and technologies, even in infrastructure, banking, and finance. In recent years, Korea has established itself as a digital technology powerhouse with high manufacturing capacity, especially in semiconductors. You have also gained very good recognition as an emerging digital soft power that leverages digital technologies such as smartphones, social media, over-the-top platforms to enhance innovation, competitiveness globally. As part of our strategy to be able to bolster supply chain connectivity and digital cooperation, ASEAN and Korea definitely are considering the upgrade of the current ASEAN-Korea Free Trade Agreement. In fact, after 15 years of implementation, we believe the FTA upgrade clearly could offer a timely and valuable opportunity to ensure that the ASEAN-Korea FTA continue to remain relevant to our businesses and at the same time responsive to regional global developments. And through enhanced multi-dimensional collaborations that we can anticipate in trade, in investment, as well as digital transformation under the ASEAN-Korea FTA, we believe that both ASEAN and Korea could expand our boundaries of economic cooperation, and we could actually explore progressive measures to build competitive, inclusive, resilient, and really adaptive supply chain networks capable of withstanding external shocks and helping us in driving economic prosperities for both our regions. Ladies and gentlemen, this roundtable is truly an opportunity for us to engage in a substantive engagement of views, and also for us to come together to explore practical, mutually beneficial initiatives between both our regions. The outcomes of this roundtable, I'm told, will be helping us in building our, what I call, stakeholder consensus and helping us guide on how the future ASEAN-Korea FTA, the upgraded one, could help us in reinvigorate our global supply chains and digitalization, which both ASEAN and Korea, we both attach a huge amount of importance to. I also believe that as we are moving into a much more sustainable circular world, the new upgraded FTA would also have elements of that. With this, let me wish all of you a very successful roundtable and a very productive discussion with fruitful outcomes.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your insightful speech. We will now welcome the second speaker, His Excellency Kim Chang-bum, Vice Chairman and CEO of the Federation of Korean Industries. Ambassador, please come up to the stage to make your presentation.
Very good afternoon. 안녕하세요. Yes. Excellencies, distinguished speakers, panelists, and participants, above all, my dear friends from ASEAN and Korea. I'm very delighted to join you today and also honored to deliver this keynote speech at this ASEAN-Korea Trade and Investment Roundtable. Please allow me to extend my sincere gratitude to the ASEAN-Korea Center and the Korea Institute for International Economic Policy for organizing this important event and inviting me to share my thoughts. Joined by my diplomatic colleagues, I feel I'm returning back to my diplomatic days. The Federation of Korean Industries is a premier business organization representing voices of business in Korea. Its members consist of more than 440 Korean companies, including global players such as Samsung, SK, Hyundai Motors, LG, and POSCO. Before joining this federation, I've been working as a career diplomat for almost 39 years. Throughout my career, I was fortunate enough to build up very strong and close ties with ASEAN. While I was serving at the Korean Embassy in Jakarta, Indonesia from 2003 to 2005, I dealt with ASEAN-Korea cooperation at the embassy and became a regular visitor to the ASEAN Secretariat in Jakarta, but with no frequent mileage bonuses then. My last mission as a diplomat was to serve as Korean ambassador to Indonesia from 2018 to 2020. During that period, I further deepened my already close ties with ASEAN. And since I took up my current position as Vice Chairman and CEO of the Federation of Korean Industries, I have witnessed firsthand the remarkable growth and potential of the Korean-ASEAN economic partnership. Today, I would like to share with you my thoughts on how to elevate the current level of ASEAN-Korea relationship to genuinely comprehensive strategic partnership from a business perspective. This year marks the 35th anniversary of the relationship between ASEAN and Korea. On this momentous occasion, I extend my warmest congratulations and deepest gratitude to those who have worked tirelessly to make historic achievements over the past 35 years. ASEAN has maintained its position as South Korea's second largest partner in trade and investment. ASEAN has consistently maintained its position as South Korea's second largest investment destination, and our bilateral trade has also increased every year, hitting its record high of $208 billion in 2022. In 2023, last year, Korea has invested about $5 billion to ASEAN, making it the second most invested region after the United States. The number of South Korean businesses that have invested in ASEAN is close to 20,000. Numerous SMEs and most large Korean companies have entered ASEAN. Recently, as with Hyundai Motor entering Indonesia in the areas of batteries and electric vehicles, as well as simple manufacturing, this has led to investment in high-tech and future industrial sectors. This is a paving stone to secure the raw nickel required for batteries and to advance into the ASEAN regional electric vehicles market. Private sector exchange of individuals, academic exchange, as well as cultural and artistic exchanges have greatly expanded the scope of these relations. There are more than 12 million mutual visitors at the peak time between ASEAN and South Korea. About 650,000 ASEAN citizens live in South Korea, and about 310,000 Koreans are living in ASEAN countries. With this rapid development and deepening of cooperation between the two sides, interest in the sustainability and future of Korea-ASEAN relations is intensifying as well. Will there be more room for investment and improvement between ASEAN and Korea, especially industrial cooperation? Will there be new frontiers for future-oriented partnership for both ASEAN and Korean business communities to explore? These two questions are closely intertwined. In one word, my answer is yes. I believe, but the key does not lie in a mere positive outlook. It lies in how to translate such optimism into real actions and outcomes. Then the questions lead us to think beyond the current way of doing business as usual. With this in mind, let us examine some important points with an eye to the future. As we look to the future, the potential for elevating our economic partnership to even greater heights is immense. The ASEAN region has emerged as a vital node in global value chains, serving as both a manufacturing hub and a significant player in the technology supply chain network. The region has effectively emerged as a viable alternative to well-established supply chains, diverting some of the global manufacturing concentration away from China. ASEAN holds strategic importance with respect to backward and forward linkages and has become increasingly significant in its technology value chain, especially as a China plus one diversification strategy. As a positive spillover, the added focus on the ASEAN region as a major global trade player has spurred greater industrial capacity building. In fact, ASEAN's share of global trade has been steadily increasing, consisting 14.7% of the world trade volume in 2023. Its strategic importance, combined with robust trade networks and numerous free trade agreements, makes ASEAN an attractive partner for Korean businesses seeking diversification and enhanced economic security. As was mentioned by His Excellency Singh from ASEAN Secretariat, there are numerous FTA networks and platforms that ASEAN are enjoying at the moment. Notable examples are RCEP and CPTPP, which includes 4 ASEAN countries, and Indo-Pacific Economic Framework Agreement that are including 7 ASEAN member states. As was mentioned by Dr. Singh, the ASEAN-China FTA is currently undergoing an upgrade, and the ASEAN-India Trade in Goods Agreement is being reviewed. I believe an accelerated negotiation for the upgrade of ASEAN-Korea FTA is truly in need. Another area ripe for collaboration is securing access to critical minerals essential for industries like renewable energy and advanced manufacturing. By partnering with ASEAN nations, Korean companies can enhance their economic security and resilience while contributing to the region's sustainable development. We should also pay more attention to the urgency of addressing climate change and achieving decarbonization within ASEAN. Companies need to see sustainability as more than a compliance measure, but a strategic business choice. Business leaders should find new avenues in various sectors, including green financing, carbon services, carbon credit trading. I want to suggest two points. One is Korean government's participation into Just Energy Transition Partnership, which is aiming at enhancing decarbonization efforts of both Indonesia and Vietnam. Another point is that I would like to suggest to the policymakers the setup of Green Infrastructure Fund, which are already in place with Asia Development Bank. So I think that those two initiatives can make Korean companies conduct much convenient and also comfortable lead in their business in Southeast Asia. Another area for future cooperation lies in defense industry. When ASEAN countries seek to increase their defense capabilities, there is no better partner for cooperation than South Korea. The recently launched Korea-ASEAN Solidarity Initiative, KASI, taken by the incumbent government in Korea could also lead Seoul and its counterparts in Southeast Asia to lay more solid ground for Southeast Asian countries' efforts to procure their military equipments and aircrafts, naval vessels, and other related systems. Targeting capital investments in new technologies and having a workforce sufficiently skilled to reap the benefits of these technologies is high on the priority list of ASEAN governments. So business should gain a better pulse on new technologies through the R&D and capacity building efforts together with the ASEAN friends. Our partnership must transcend mere transactional relationships. Korean businesses must adopt a long-term approach, recognizing the importance of corporate social responsibility, vocational and technical education and training. This holistic approach not only benefits local economies, but also fosters a positive image of Korean companies. Lastly, let me just wrap up as saying that ASEAN continues to its high growth economic trajectory towards becoming the fourth largest economy in the world by 2030, with a projected GDP growth of 4.6% in 2024. Korean businesses must remain adaptable and ready to collaborate at every turn. This is not merely an opportunity, but a necessity, as the region's growth will create an insatiable demand for Korean products, services, and expertise across various sectors. I firmly believe that elevating the Korea-ASEAN economic partnership to unprecedented heights requires a strategic and long-term approach from Korean businesses. By wholeheartedly embracing sustainability, innovation, and a deep understanding of local context, companies can forge mutually beneficial partnerships that contribute to the growth and prosperity of both Korea and ASEAN nations. We stand at a pivotal juncture. Let us work together, hand in hand, to seize these opportunities. Thank you for your time and attention. 감사합니다.